clean the surface here. And to do that, we can just get a wire brush, and then you just brush the surface, and don't breathe the powder that's coming out.
And for 1 second, all my problems fade to gray like no one saw them. I get a God's eye view on everything, looking out my window pane. Wheels up, put the seats back. Wheels up, put the seats back. Yo, 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 yo. Some days I can't believe how far we made it. I think
So now we're gonna throw some brake cleaner spray on it, just to get the residue off. Okay, so now we wipe it. Okay, so if you look closer, it's not exactly like very clean. We can still see some rust here, but the point is just to remove the rust that was on the disc, and next time it'll be a little easier to remove the disc because it won't seize between both the surfaces. So now that's clean. We can bring out the other disc, the new one. So before we do that, we can put some grease on the surface here, just to get a good seal, get a good seal between both surfaces.
The hub.
Oh yeah, the hub. The grease is gonna be on the hub here, on the metal part, not the black here, because the black is it can be removable. But when we put some grease on the hub here on the metal side, and just a little bit on the surface, but not on the studs here.
pray for patience. At 20,000 feet, we climbing straight up. Wheels up, put the seats back. Wheels up, put the seats. I was told a long time ago to let the drama go and go.
Okay, so now let's go. Let's measure both discs just to make sure, just to have an extra cautions there that they're the same. Okay, so now this is the new disc, this is the old one. So to measure them, we can do this. We can get them up, put them side by side, measure the height here, so everything's good. Let's put it on the side here. Same circumference, so which means the same height. And then we also can check the thickness here. They're the same. And then another thing, we can check the holes here just to make sure they are the same size and same measurement between each other. So as you can see here, all the holes match each other. So now that's done. Now we know that the same measurement. Both this has the same measurement. We can proceed with the next step, which is clean
the disc first.
Yes, clean the disc first
With the brake cleaner.
with brake cleaner, so you get all the.
Because they put some coating to protect for the rust, something.
So you just put a little brake cleaner on it, just to wipe the surface here, because they, like my dad was saying, they put a like a
Coating.
let's say a coating of some sort, just to protect the disc from oxidization,
Rust.
rust. So just wipe it.
Both sides.
See, let's do this side, and then we can do the other side here. swap this side too. Alright. Now it's pretty clean, right? So let's put it on here. Alright, so next step is to put the calipers on. So let's do that, because right now there's nothing holding the disc and we don't want to damage the struts here.
Find a goal, run for the edge like Geronimo. Sky high, I fly, I'm Vamanos. All that was a lifetime ago. Nowadays, I just gotta make time to go. Take my G's to Belize, now we all overseas, man. Look at what God be on. Lord, guide me on, guide me home. When I die, I resign.
Connected here, this one, and then now we can fiddle with the caliper so it goes in.
Where I belong. When I fly, I delight the flight is long. Give me time, clear my mind and find my zone. Yeah, introverted work, please do not disturb. I just need some time for me. Isolate and meditate and pray and wait and hope somebody pray for me. Paint these pictures, bury my face in scripture. Pray to my soul deliver. Fall on my knees, I know he hear me. I was on cruise control. That's how you lose control. And you gon' be what you pursue. I had to renew my goals. And for 1 second, all my problems fade to gray like no one saw them. I get a God's eye view on everything.
Alright, so now that the caliper is on, it's very important for, if you want to do a good job, professional you could say, we have to torque the screws, the bolts to factory standards. So for the bolts on the side here on the caliper is going to be 73. And so let's put that here on the torque. $73. So let's. And then you tighten a little bit on top and a little bit on the bottom, so they're equally. They have the force on the same bolts equally. Okay, so now it's done. Let's do the top one. Okay, so when you hear the click, that's okay. So let's just make sure that we got it. We got it really tight. Good. Good. All right. So now let's move on with the securing the brake lines here and the ABS sensor. Here's the bolt here. Let's just, and when you put it on, right, there's a little tab here. It goes in this hole, and so let's just put that in here. Make sure it's flush with this this piece right here. Alright, let's tighten that. Just a little bit, not too tight. Okay, so now let's proceed. Oh, and there's this side too, the little clips. So just push it in, the clips here, and then the bottom. Now everything's secure, as you can see here. Caliper secure.
Fala a medida da chave que você usou para cima e para baixo. 12 millimeters.
So for the bracket, for the brake line and the ABS, I used a 12 millimeters socket on a 1/2-inch wrench, and I also used this one right here. This extension here is from a 12 inch wrench to a 3/8, because we're using this socket right here, and that's for the top here, this bracket. Now for the caliper, these 2 bolts on the side, we are using a 1/2-inch wrench with a just extension here, because it's better to remove this bolt, and we're using a 17 millimeter socket for the bolts for the caliper. And just recap, the torque specifications for the caliper is 73 foot-pounds. Alright, so now we're gonna proceed with the brake pads. And
Tem que aproveitar esse chapinho.
so this is the old brake pads, and when you remove them, you're gonna see that there's two tabs. There's two tabs on them. If your brake pads didn't come with these, make sure you reuse them and don't damage them too. So each one has to. Each one has two, right? And as you can see here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little like kind of like a grease cover. So we're gonna replace that too.
Clean it up.
Yeah, but first we have to clean it up, both tabs, and we're gonna put the grease on it and then put it back in. Alright, so now we cleaned it. The plates here, both plates. Now let's put some grease on them. Let's put some grease on all of them, just a little bit.
Falei, all the disc, all the parts OEM.
Oh yeah.
Não vem com os plates. Tem que safe os plates.
So, like my dad was saying, all the parts we bought this, everything's OEM. So when we bought this, it does not come with a plate, with these plates. So make sure you save them. These plates, it's already from the factory to the car. So make sure you save them. So everything here is original. So the disc, the brakes. And later on, we're gonna show you guys how to change the oil, and the oil is also from the factory, with the filter and the filter come with the gasket. But we're gonna show you guys later that part. So right now we're gonna apply the grease on the plates here, and it goes like this. So the black part is facing outside. Okay, so we're gonna put some grease on this one and on this one. So first let's put here, clean the surface here, just a little bit, not too much. Just make sure, just for enough for to fill the whole plate.
Olha aqui a graxa para prevenir que não faz barulho.
And just the purpose of the grease is just for it doesn't squeak, and it also helps prevent from what is it called, oxidization.
Olha aqui a graxa não é qualquer graxa, a graxa para.
Yeah, and it's not it's not regular grease. This is specifically for brakes. This grease is for brakes. And it only goes on things that it's well, it's moving, you could say, but what I mean, it cannot go on the brake pads itself and on the disc, because then it kills the purpose of brakes. So now that that's done, let's move on to the next one.
Você passa pouquinho do toque. Onde?
Aqui desse lado.
Não, aqui do outro. Junta as duas já não, velho. Só um pouquinho. Antes que vai outro pistão, né? Já põe na parte, já.
So on the brake, it goes like this. Just like that. Alright, so now that's done. Another, just lastly here, we're gonna put some grease on the sides here, just here, so it's a little easier to slide it in. Just a little bit. Don't get it on the pads here itself. And same thing on the other side. Alright, so now we're ready to oh, you also have to put here too. Sorry, I forgot. You have to put here on this pins that goes on here to hold the brackets. And let's clean it up a little bit so there's no residue on the pins.
On my window pane, wheels up, put the seats back. Wheels up, put the seats back. Yo, 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 yo. Some days I can't believe how far we made it. I thank God for the fans and pray for patience. At 20,000 feet, we coming straight up. Wheels up, put the seats back.
So now let's put the pads in. So if you guys look at here, these pads and the old ones are the same thing. We have a little bracket here. Okay, so this bracket goes towards the cabin of the car. So what I mean is it goes this way on the inside, like that. So the one that has a bracket here goes on the inside of the car. So when you putting this on, we're gonna have to move a little bit the pistons here. We're gonna have to move a little back again because it moved out. So we can put the old pads in, right? So just to push on the pistons here.
Wheels up, put the seats. I done been through too much. Scared I'ma lose my touch. I'm tryna hold what I can't have. Lord God, please loosen up my grasp. I've been broken hearted, my departed, stopped and started, lost my hope and lost my way. I let my lust and bring destruction, no discussion with the God who gave me grace. 5:46 in the morning, mind still turning. God had to bring me back.
All right. So now we remove this. Say hi, guys, to my
little friend.
our dogs here. The Jedi guy. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, so back to your project. We're gonna put the pads in. So tab in.
Come on.
So hold the little two plates here on the back because they're gonna wanna come forward. Don't push in all the way, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, now I put in the other one. The other one has no tabs. So let's do the same thing that we did here. Let's place the old one Place a little wood here and let's just pop it out. Pop it back again.
I ain't even really wanna rap no more. Wheels up with the seat back, let's go. Wow, people having dreams about me, they was right. I was losing sight, then I click my heels and then he lift the wheels and we above the clouds, there's no rain tonight. And I finally see him with the clearer vision, I believe God is greater than all of this trouble that I see. Trapped under the sea, I wait to see what swallow me.
Alright, so I finally got it back in. We had to push the pistons back out again. So now we're gonna put these little rods in, and they have to be aligned with the holes on the pads.
I'm finally free.
And for 1 second, all my problems fade to gray like no one saw them. I get a God's eye view on everything, looking out my window pane. Wheels up, put the seats back. Wheels up, put the seats back.
So now the pins are in. We're gonna have to remove this again because this little bracket here goes in the bottom. So it goes like this. And the pin goes through the little loops. So now we're gonna push this bracket in here, this little side here, and you're gonna put inside this hole. But this loop here has to be on the outside, like that. And then we're gonna put the same here on this side. And then this clip is done. And then now we can do the next one, and this goes in the back. And then it goes like this. The pin has 2 holes. So one side here.
Some days I can't believe how far we made it. I thank God for the fans and pray for patience. At 20,000 feet, we coming straight up.
Alright, and then it goes just like that. And there's a little hole here, and then that little loop goes inside the hole. Okay, so now pads are in and brakes are done. Okay, so now we're gonna put the wheel back on, and you guys know how to put the wheel back on, but just I want to make sure you guys know the torque specification for the lug nuts for Tundra 2015 Crew Max. You also have to look all that. It's 93 or 97 foot-pounds. And if you guys are looking for your own cars, make sure you search up the specification of each car, because it depends on the weight size and if it's 4x4 and all on that kind of stuff. So I just want to make sure you guys have the right specification.
Wheels up, put the seats.